I look like I'm in Heathers. My hair is so, it's so humid. My hair is so fluffy. I've gone full cockatoo. There's nothing I can do about it. It's driving me crazy. What the hell? Today, we are going ultimate nip and tuck. I have been cleaning out my wardrobe for probably about 17 months now. And what I've done is I've tried every single piece on and determined whether A, I hate it, B, I like it but something's off, or C, good to go, get back hung up. So today we're going to deal with the all matters B, which is good but something off. Now I've got literally, I don't think you can see. Can you see if I do this? Can you see them piles? Either way, there are piles. I'm going to just go through it, identify the problem, solve the problem, and I'm going to do it until I physically can't do it anymore. And you're going to come with me. Item numero uno is this random ass top that I got from the Lost and Found market here in Barcelona, which is a phenomenal market. It's not on very often, but when it is, it's well worth a hit. Anyway, it's this kind of, I don't know. Actually, do not know what it is. I've Googled the shit out of the tag, of which I don't know off the top of my head, but Louis something. Can't find anything naturally. But it fits me, right. So, fits me on the waist here, but what the actual fuck is this? Why is this designed in this way? It's so flattering in the waist. It zips up the back. But who's got armpits that big? Not me. So this is an easy one. Starting from the waist, we're just gonna sew it in. So it looks like that. It's very it's very Amelia Earhart. And I'm not mad about that, because if you look on my Pinterest, you'll notice I've pinned about 5,000 pictures of women flying airplanes in the 1940s. So this is my sewing machine. But I'm going to preface this by saying, because previously before someone asked me what sewing machine I have, don't recommend it. It's not good. Well, it could potentially be me that's not good at using it. But I think I'm not too bad at working a sewing machine. This one, the Alpha, what is it called? Alpha Compact 100, was a purely aesthetic decision on my behalf because I liked that it was yellow. That's not the first time I've bought something based on aesthetics only and it being completely useful, and it probably won't be the last. But for today, who cares? One thing about me is by no means do I do anything properly. I'm a lazy girl. Why not? What's the point? I'm an impulsive girl. So this is more of a case of just get it fucking done. If it makes me wear something more, who cares? Now I am worried about going over that ridge because I think that the alpha will have a fucking meltdown. Not very alpha of it, is it? Right. Help if I turned it on. Okay, so I'm going to start right here, line up my seam, and I'll be damned if I ever use a pin or ever do anything not by eye. And we'll go simple as this. My hands can do what pins can do, you know what I mean? Done. Who needs to faff with prep? Because also, I'm not gonna faff because maybe I've done a shit job, which is also potential. And in 3, 2, 1. Oh, you. Oh. Do you know what? Good job. Normally, he has a freak out with like thicker bits like that. What I like to credit my sewing skills to is actually my mother. My mother taught me how to sew really young, and I actually, this is like humble brag, I actually for a long time didn't realise that not everybody could sew, because there was a sewing machine constantly in my house, and because I've always shopped secondhand like my whole life, means that your clothes never actually fit you. So we used to always she taught me how to basically make stuff fit me, which is why I think I can just do things blind now. Not saying it's good, but it's good enough for me, and that's what that matters. Yeah, my mum was like an interior designer. She does a lot of like kind of soft furnishing, so quite a lot of like the kind of cushions and stuff in my house were made by her. So yeah, I guess I'm keeping some form of tradition alive there. Let's try her on. Done. I think that's fine. I could go a little bit more, but I feel like having a little more looser armhole is much better. I could probably go in probably 3 more centimetres, but for what it's worth, I'm not going to. There you go. Numero uno, complete. Now I've got a new top. It's a little bit like, it's a bit corsey actually, Jesus. Item number 2 on the docket. These 80s, they're like kind of like buttery yellow. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up. I know I've chopped my head off, but all the action, the problem is the waistband anyway. What I think basically elastic, as elastic famously does, is just given up. So I'm going to sod the elastic up because I actually hate elasticated trouser bands. Like I know they're comfortable, but just something very like OAP about them for me, and I'm not my vibe. So I want them to sit here, right, on my waist, which leaves me with this excess here. And I'm lucky in fact that these don't have pockets on the back, which means I can just basically go down the crack seam. You know what I mean? I'm sure you do know what I mean. I'm going to turn her inside out, pinch it here. I actually might have to pin this one, which is fucking annoying. Oh, do you know what? I'm not going to. I'm going to test my theory of eyeballing. And then I'm just going to go straight down until my vagina. You know, I think it's a good theory for me actually. If I fold them from the middle seam, the crack seam, I'm going to go in like the width of my thumb. I think it's about that much. I just feel like sewing's really daunting, and I just feel like accepting some form of trial and error is just good, and if it works out, you feel absolutely great about yourself. And if it doesn't work out, unpick it, try again. So now what I need to do is basically come down and meet there, right? So we're gonna slightly, what I'm gonna do, go down flat on the waistband, and then slowly curve round, basically imagining my bum. I'm doing all this with this tiny ass pair of scissors because I don't know where my sewing scissors have gone. Right, let's test. I chronically do not take my excess fabric out of anything, because what if one day I put weight on and then I'm down a pair of trousers because I've got all the fabric out of it? Are you joking? Are you impressed with me? Look. Alright, so what I've discovered is we're having a little zip peep, which I don't love. I think is messy. So I think that I'm just going to move this button along, but that's just had some hand sewing later. I'm going to do it once I've passed the machine portion, because like if I go to this button now, zip peep. If I pull it, makes that a little bit more streamlined. But that's for future Robin. Item number 3 are these like amazing pants. But as you can see, again, elastic. Like surely we can come up with something better than elastic. I actually don't love the fit of these at all. I'm thinking, hang on, let's just look. Crotch area is slightly weird. I'm wondering whether to take it in from the middle seam again, but go all the way under, or to go from the sides. Maybe I'll do a little bit of everything, and will that even it out? I don't know if it's just gonna give camel toe vibes. Factory manager is caught sleeping on the job. You okay down there? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm giving myself 3 for free. And now I'm gonna go back in and then just take like a little pinch out both sides, because I just think they'll look better if they're really fitted here. And I also think that with wear, they'll stretch out a little bit and get a bit naturally baggier. And I basically just did the same thing as I did with the yellow pair, except I went the whole saddle worth. I went front to back, baby, like a zip. I'm gonna go back in, pinch each corner, just take a little bit excess out. You know what's also funny? I think because she knows she's on camera, she's behaving. Normally I've had about 15 stops and starts by now, but everything's been absolutely seamless, except it's been very seamful too, if you catch my drift. Oh, she's such a witch. See what I mean? She definitely did that to spite me just because I said that she's performing for the camera. Let's test. Put me in the Hall of Fame. I did it. Joking. Look at my bum. Okay, chill, girl, please. Right, I won't lie, I'm getting a little bit bored, so I might need a pit stop. But this is what I'm working with so far. This is another lazy girl hack that I'm doing. I've grouped things by colours, so I can just change my thread and my bobbin and do everything in the same colour palette. So I've just got top and I've got navy, I've got green. I think I'm just gonna hand stitch a hem, like a turn up on them, because I actually really like a slouchy trouse. And then we've got some bodysuits there. I've also got these absolutely fucking random waistcoats. Can't remember what the problem is with them, but apparently there is one. And then up here, I have some dresses. So those ones are like not as important apart from that shirt, which I'll tell you about that in a second, because they're quite wintry. Basically, that first thing is a clown costume. And then I've got these dresses underneath, which are just a little bit big, but they should be fairly easy to do. So I've basically got this green dress, which I've had for years. It's beautiful. It's like kind of like this beautiful like tapestry paisley. It was from Topshop back in the heyday. It's just a little bit big for me, but I don't know whether I actually want to keep this dress or not. It's very baby girl, isn't it? We'll try it on and I'll make a snap judgment and see how I feel. This, which is, I love a ruched number. This is a bizarre dress, but when you see it on, you'll be like, oh, I totally see why you bought that. It's giving Kim Kardashian. Sorry, but it is. And then this is a really, really beautiful like black dress with these kind of like frilly bits on it. But again, if that fitted me, smoking hot, baby. So that's where I am right now. I'm about to have a Coca-Cola break, and I might just catch up the vibes by listening. I can't play it obviously on the video, but imagine I'm playing Country House by Blur to pump the vibes up, and then we're going to be back in the room. So I'll see you back here in... This dress is so funny. I feel like I'm wearing like Polly Pocket clothes. It's like a weird handmade dress. I don't know what this zip is for. Maybe it's let the boobs breathe, but lucky for me, I don't have anything to let breathe. Right, so we're here. We're giving cardboard cutout. I will say, whatever they've done here has made it sag. And I think if it fits properly, I am gonna need that little opening. So we're just gonna have to, what I might actually do is, hang on, let me just think about this. I'm wondering whether it needs a press stud. We'll deal with her in a minute. I'm gonna have to take some out of under the arms, I think. I wonder if that will sort the problem out of that band being straight at the top. It probably will, won't it? Again, I'm gonna go in a thumb. And I'm gonna go really tight at the waist because I want it to be like that. Hard to tell, actually. And I think basically there's no stretch in it. So the more width I've got, like literally look at that, the more width I've got at the bottom to walk, the better. So it is going to have to be a bit Polly Pocket at the bottom. Because if I'd make it really tight, I'll have to walk and it'll literally be like this. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just... On further inspection, someone's added this like white cord in the seam down here and that finishes there. So I think that's a really good marker for me to kind of hit to and work to. And I'm just gonna, again, do my thumb method. That seems to be foolproof at this point. I'm gonna start here, I'm gonna taper in and go in quite a bit. This point is my waist, I think. And then slowly taper it back out and curve around. All right, guys. You may have guessed already that that was never going to work. Basically, the size is fine, but that zip has now become absolutely essential, and I'm actually going to need it to come down by the waist, but that's fine because this is the seam. So I just need to unpick that and then add a zip, but I don't think I have a zip that will work right now. Oh my God, look at it, it's so funny. It's like a cardboard cutout dress. And it's Sunday, so I'm never going to get a zip in Spain. So she's going to go back into the pending box for now. I've got bored. Maybe you have too, to be completely honest with you. I'm gonna make this is a bodysuit, but I don't think I can just rock a bodysuit on YouTube. Can I? Oh, I'm not going to either way. Same story. And also, I just had a thought as well, like I want to say, I'm not purposely buying big stuff at the thrift and then making it fit me. This stuff did fit me 6, 7 months ago, but I've just lost a lot of weight, like with the breakup. I was obviously eating to cover the sadness, and now I'm eating fine. That's basically why I need to alter so many clothes. Like these literally all fit me perfectly like months ago, and that's why I don't chop bits out of stuff, because who knows, I might put all the way back on again, who knows. This is just like, this is a hilarious like jazz bodysuit. We've got a little guitar, we've got a piano, potential flute, I don't know. I think maybe my eyes checked again because I'm struggling to actually see it in the camera. I'm just going to take it in at size, like a clean one and done. And I think after this, I'm just going to do a little bit of hand sewing and call it a day, because I was sloppy before, but I'm getting fucking sloppier now. But really, I'm feeling like, what the hell's going on here? Oh. I feel like the moral of this this video is just adapt and overcome. How profound am I? Oh, do I want red thread? Red thread, red thread? I feel like black thread. Basically, I think what I was thinking was, I just think it's really important to kind of try your best to kind of make your clothes have as much longevity as they can have. So it's like less buying, because now essentially all these clothes that have been unwearable for me for months, I now have like 6, 7 new pieces in my wardrobe, which it feels like I've been shopping. Do you know what I mean? It kind of itches that scratch. So I feel like learning to just do like the tiniest, most basic alterations. And I also think another lesson is just fake it till you make it. Like, stop! Even if you can't, do something as legitimately as you may like to do it, I think that just trying and trying to figure out the process is part of the fun sometimes. So yeah, that's that. Let's bang this out and call it a day. Time me. How fast can we do it? That doesn't count. Start from now. How fast was that? Pretty fast. No more gaping. Wondering if I could actually do it a little bit more, but can't be bothered. Probably not. I don't know how it. I did have visions of grandeur that I would do like fucking 15 things, and I've probably done about 6. I cannot remember. But do you know what it is? I've got really terrible circulation in my hands, which is like needle and thread's mortal enemy. There's only so much I can do before I go cramp 101, which is kind of what's happening right now. So I'm going to finish these last bits and then chillax, because it's actually Sunday today. I'm bashing these videos out like it's nobody's business. But yeah, thanks for keeping me company. I hope you have a nice day. Say goodbye. One day he will. I promise. Won't you?